are the joy of our and analyze. With our team of analysts, you can be sure of an incisive discourse. 9 a.m., Mondays to Fridays. X-Ray on Human Rights Radio, 101.1 FM, Abuja.
Welcome on board to the Human Rights Radio.
Redefining broadcasting.
Making the world a better place every day. Human Rights Radio 101.1. Redefining broadcasting.
Someday, you will learn that the love for money will take you only to a destination that is unpronounced. Someday you will learn that knowledge is the greatest power ever embedded in man. Someday you will learn that methods can change, you can change, but the world around you can only be there waiting for you to take advantage of all the opportunities abound. Someday, you will learn that value is built over time and money is actually not part of it. You will learn someday that the power of humanity lies in the love of humanity, in the love of man to his brother, his sister, his friends, his countryman and woman, his loved ones. Someday you will learn that religion never breaks apart the relationship that humanity has bound us together. Christian, Muslim, Hindu, Buddhist, every religion. But the love of one another cuts across all and surmounts everything. That in climbing the ladder of life, you don't look down. You rather look up and up. Fly, fly, jump, soar, and make a difference in your life. That everything we do in life was just but a story on a stage that comes with judgment. Think of your life. Think of your choice. Think of your decisions. Think of your aspirations. Think of your determination. Think of the life after. Human Rights Radio, 101.1 FM. Think.
The joy of our nation. We are the unity of our nation. We are the makers of our heritage. We X-ray topical national issues of our time. Examined, dissected, and analyzed. With our team of analysts, you can be sure of an incisive discourse. 9 a.m., Mondays to Fridays. X-Ray on Human Rights Radio, 101.1 FM, Abuja.
Making the world a better place every day. Human Rights Radio 101.1. Redefining broadcasting.
The joy of our nation. We are the unity of our nation. We are the makers of our heritage. We X-ray topical national issues and the trending matters of our time. Examined, dissected, and analyzed. With our team of analysts, you can be sure of an incisive discourse. 9 a.m., Mondays to Fridays. X-Ray on Human Rights Radio, 101.1 FM, Abuja. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. It's time for X-Ray on Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM. My name is Ruth Usman, and with me in the studio this morning is Oikeke and Inyene. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, my dear colleague.
All right. Nice to have you both here. Today is Friday, so it's open mic for our listener on X-Ray today, meaning that if you're listening to us right this moment, you get to call in like right now and talk about any of the stories that's been trending for you all week round. Here we are at the end of the working day, the final day of the working day of the week. Yeah, what have I said?
Thank God it's Friday.
All right, so please call us up right now and let's get to hear from you. And as we always advise, it's not so much about the complaints. If you have any suggestions, if you have any anything at all really that could serve as a solution to a particular problem, why don't you share with us? Perhaps someone is listening and you never can tell just how far that can go. Once again, I'm Ruth and I'm here with my colleagues Oikeke and Inyene, and it's up to you right now to call the number 080-3322-1149. That is 080-3322-1149 is X-Ray on Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM. Let's listen to you. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Good morning. It's English, please. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good morning. Are you sure? I'm not sure you're sure of the program you're on. It's X-Ray. Okay.
Hello?
I'm just going to have to end that. Please, like I would always say, let's ensure we are aware of exactly what program is currently running so we can call in and give our contributions accordingly. The program is X-Ray, and you are to call in and talk about any of the trending stories. Let's know which one of them stood out for you all week. All right, so let's do that on 080-3322-1149. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to X-Ray. What's your name?
I'm Friday Banner.
You're who?
I'm Friday Banner. I'm calling from Jabi.
Okay, Friday is your day. Friday from Jabi. You're welcome.
Yes, ma'am. Well done, ma'am.
Thank you.
My whole problem is I want to do adverts for my work. How did that go through?
Okay, that one is not a problem now. All you have to do is come to our station, okay?
Where? At where?
It's close to Games Village.
Okay.
All right?
Well,
So when you come,
Games Village.
very close to Games Village. You see the office there. It's not far.
Okay.
All right, Friday. Thank you. That should really not be a problem at all. Hello?
Hello?
Good morning.
Hello?
Good morning. Can you hear me? Okay. I don't know what's going on there, but let's see if this will connect.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. My name is
Your name is?
Nixon.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I submitted a letter as regards to they gave me 2 numbers to call.
I'm not getting you. You said?
I said I submitted a letter as regards to partnership with your patient.
Okay, sorry to interrupt you, but this...
I've not gotten a response from them.
Okay, you have to just be patient, okay?
All right.
Just exercise some patience. Thank you for calling. All right, we'll have to go on a quick break. We'll be right back and pick more of your calls. Do stay with us on Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM. are the joy of our nation. We are the unity of our nation. We are the makers of our heritage. We X-ray topical national issues and the trending matters of our time. Examined, dissected, and analyzed. With our team of analysts, you can be sure of an incisive discourse. 9 a.m., Mondays to Fridays. X-ray on Human Rights Radio, 101.1 FM, Abuja.
Making the world a better place every day. Human Rights Radio 101.1. Redefining broadcasting.
We are the joy of our nation. We are the unity of our nation. We are the makers of our heritage. We X-ray topical national issues and the trending matters of our time. Examined, dissected, and analyzed. With our team of analysts, you can be sure of an incisive discourse. 9 a.m., Mondays to Fridays. X-Ray on Human Rights Radio, 101.1 FM, Abuja. Welcome back. We're still here, and it's X-Ray on Human Rights Radio, 101.1 FM. My name is Ruth Usman, and today is Open Mic Friday, where you get to call in more and we get to listen to you. However, we seem to be having some challenges with the phone line, so I will have to ask the people, my colleagues, okay, let me not say the people, my colleagues in the studio, Oikeke and Inyene. Now, let's find out. There's been so much that we've talked about on this platform this week. However, you may have also been following news separately on your own level. Which one of these events have actually stood out for you that you want to talk about on the program?
Okay, for me, let me look at the Jupesu strike.
Okay.
Yesterday, the Nigerian Medical Association came out to issue their own threat that they would down tools if government meets the demands of the striking health workers under the auspices of Jupesu. And because Jupesu is asking for a pay parity with the medical doctors and some other conditions. So the NMA came out to say, look, if you give them equal pay with us, we are also going to down our tools. We're not going to work. So I'm thinking we have enough problems already in our health sector, and for this number of weeks that the health workers have been on strike, you can imagine the negative effect it has had, because we've heard sometimes we went around the hospitals in the FCT and we were told how, in fact, some people were pointing to beds, how this person died, how that person died, because of the absence of the other staff, health staff. And now NMA is threatening again. So I think both the NMA and the other health workers should look at this thing as, you know, we are a team. We are a team, and we have just one goal. All right? And then let's do away with this infighting, you know, this infighting between us. It's not going to take us anywhere.
But let me understand. Is it that they have now come to the realization that what Jupesu is actually asking for real, is for their salary to be at par with that of the medical?
Well, that's what they said. I remember.
Because it's like a change of tone from the last conversation we had, where they were asking the federal government to actually listen to Jupesu's demands.
You're talking about NMA now, right?
Yeah.
You're referring to NMA. I think on that particular score, they would see eyeball to eyeball.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, there are several other demands. But, you know, the health minister came out to say the other time that, look, it's not possible for the rest of the health workers to earn the same salaries with the doctors. We discussed about that issue here. And the NMA is coming out to, I don't know why they're coming out to say that now. Is it that they have seen the body language of the federal government to say, okay, we will meet that part of the demand? I don't know. But they're threatening. So, but the most important thing is putting the lives of Nigerians at the center of all this. The other health workers are on strike. NMA is threatening to also go on strike if they meet certain demands, you know, of Jupesu. So I think by the end of the day, who is going to lose? Nigerians will lose. Already people are dying. And so I think a time has come for us to sit together and tackle this issue. It shouldn't be a power tussle thing. It should be like we are one team in the medical health sector, aiming at just one goal: the life of our people, the life of Nigerians. Already, even without the strikes, Nigerians are overburdened by issues. You go to the hospitals, you're nowhere attended to. You go to the hospitals, It's not usually affordable for a lot of people. People are still dying from malaria and other preventable deaths in the country as a result of the deplorable health infrastructure. Now we now end it now, add up, now we go to the hospital, you don't see the doctors, you don't see the nurses, you don't see the lab scientists. And so how is that going to be for us as a people? So I think a time has come for us to come together and begin to put the patient, which are Nigerians, in the middle of everything that we're doing, and forget about the power that we are, the power tussle in that sector.
All right, let's listen to
very disturbing times, I would say, because on the one hand, insecurity challenges have been pummeling Nigerians and the country by extension to almost a standstill. And now another critical sector is also burgeoning, you know. The same people at the receiving end is always the masses, the people. Now, when we look at the options that are open to the powers that be, you understand that they have access, the wherewithal, they have the resources, financial and whatsoever, to embark on medical tourism. And at the end of it all, you find out that it is you and I that actually pays the price. We get to suffer in and out, year in, year out. So when the elephants, like they say, are tussling, definitely it's the masses that bear the crux of it all. At this point in time, I think it's beginning to go into that realm where Nigerians may now have to make a recourse, just like retired General T.Y. Danjuma came out the other time to make that very toxic statement, though it was based on his own personal experience. Some Nigerians took sides with him. Others actually pilloried him for making that kind of comment. In the health sector, we're beginning to get to that point where all thee to thy tent. Is it herbal medicine we're going to embark on? Is it the traditional aspect of our Medicare we're going to embark on? But it's not every one of us that has that experience and knows the difference between what herbs to jump into the bush and pick and sort your health problems out. But the key here is that it all boils down to the insensitivity of government, the plight of a generality of Nigerians. Now, if health is a critical sector, which as a government, you came in on the premise that you were going to take care of the well-being of the citizens, and you cannot measure up in that area, I wonder what other areas to look to. But again, we still have to apply moral suasion at this point in time, calling on NMA, calling on UWESU, that's the entire gamut of the health workers, and of course the government on the other side. Let's look for a way to arrive at an amicable resolution of this particular issue. For UWESU, there's need for compromise. We said it the other time here, it won't be possible for the pilot, the air steward or air hostess to earn the same pay with the pilot and perhaps the captain of the flight. We look at all of that. Yes, there might be genuine need for salary review for the other health workers. Government should look at it, holistically and dispassionately and see where to jack up and, give them some sense of belonging. But then from the way they are going, I think they're beginning to cut the anger of Nigerians, because when we start looking at the health sector as another terrorist, thing.
Let's not go there again.
I'm telling you. It's a critical sector. When Nigerians now turn around, you understand, and pour our angst on them.
I hope we don't get there, because somehow if we are to sound this way again, it's a bit as if we are also being insensitive. They are humans just like any Nigerian.
I appreciate that, but is it fair for you to threaten?
When you are also in an environment whereby not so much is provided for you, talking about the things they need to use to work, first of all, and then talking about their salary, if
then
that is a major problem.
On the other hand, I think we have a lot of terrorists in our midst.
Perhaps.
Now, when you want to define the word terrorism, in its extensive definition, you find out that we have a lot of terrorists within, not necessarily those who are wielding arms against the people.
And these are Nigerians that are even fortunate to have jobs. All right. I don't know most of the public sectors, especially whom have a very, very good working condition in Nigeria. In the public sector, is it the educational sector? Is it all the other sectors? So, but these are a group of persons whom are privileged to have even jobs. But of course, we are not saying that they should not demand for the things that they need to work with. But then we're saying that because of the sensitivity of the nature of their jobs, which have to do with the lives of the people, there are other ways that they could reserve.
Until they die? Okay, what are the other ways?
They are earning money. Did I say they are not earning monies? They're earning money. They're just asking for more. I think if you give the opportunity to any worker in Nigeria, they will ask for more pay. You understand? But I'm saying that because of the sensitivity of the job that you do, which has to do directly with the life of Nigerians, you shouldn't, resort to strike all the time when you know that if you go on strike, the same persons that you are trained to save their lives are the ones that will die. Now we're having issues of Ebola in Congo right now, DR Congo, and then there's that possibility, where every African nation, especially now, it should be at a red alert, and now we're having issues of our health workers not being in the hospitals, all right, and then Ebola is drumming around, okay. So, and these are the people that will drive this issue. It's a serious health care is a serious matter. So even though we need to ask for more pay, we need to ask for more everything, we should also not be very quick at running off from our duty post and remaining there for as long as so are they saying that if their pays are not upped or hiked, they will now remain at home? And so if they remain at home, so what happens to the sick persons? Nobody, you don't plan to get sick. It can happen anytime. We have emergencies. We even have security issues in Nigeria where a lot of people are getting wounded every day. All right, and so many other things. Now you go to the hospital and then you don't see the people that are supposed to attend to you. So I think a time has come for them to get back to the drawing table, if that is the word, and see how they can resolve these problems. All their demands cannot be met. All like that. Nobody gets everything that he or she wants.
I'm sorry to cut in, Oi. We had, I wouldn't say on good authority anyway, but then the Minister of Health is supposed to be a solid authority. Now, he talked about government having, fulfilled 14.
Yes.
14 out of 15 demands. And you begin to wonder what percentage is not left that is holding, the Nigerians to ransom. Johesu should come out and tell us what's that ultimate one demand that is yet to be fulfilled by government, which is further making them to hold on to the strike. Government should be open enough as well. You see, part of the problem is lack of sincerity on the part of all the parties. I'm sorry to say that. You'd find out that every striking group would always want to push for their own interest. Some of them in the process, they tend to become economical with the truth. The government is saying 14 out of 15. And I'm like, if I get 14 out of 15 demands, why not?
I think we should also ask which of the governments have, done the 14. Because this particular government is saying, well, whatever arrangement or agreements they must have had was with the previous. So how did they know that 14 of these have been
That's where we begin to get confused in the process. You wouldn't know who is coming up with the truth.
Because they seem to have not had any agreements with Johesu recently. So how did they know that 14 has been taken care of?
Johesu has refused to come out and tell us whether they've
No, but Johesu also said that what the federal government said is not true. So we don't know. Johesu is saying this, and then the federal government is saying that. But what we are saying is that the life of Nigerians are in jeopardy. Yeah. People are dying every day. Children are dying, men and women, every day. So what should we do? I think what we should do is to see how we can, compromise here and there, just a little here, a little there, and get back to work. and then continue in the discussions. And I think over time, things will get to the point that they are asking for, or at least close to it. I mean, nobody may get everything that they're asking for, but at least if we get to a comfortable position, we should continue from there while we continue in the negotiations as we move on.
Okay. Well, let's hope that they actually come to a conclusive end that would benefit Nigerians at the end of the day. And then to some security challenges as well. I mean, it's still ongoing, and yeah, and the rift between the service chiefs and the Senate, and whether or not they have any rights to summon any service chief or not. But then at the end of the day, too, our focus is what are the experiences of Nigerians? How are they faring? What is going on? Speaking on that, do you think, what more can the service chiefs do with looking at the Inspector General of Police, and all the other people?
It's well, for those of us who are laymen in security matters, I think essentially what the National Assembly perhaps should be pushing for could be for maybe replacement of the current service chiefs. I think they should come out clean and tell Nigerians or the president, this is what we're asking for. Because when we keep talking about summoning and summoning and summoning and summoning, it becomes like a broken record. You summon them or you invite them, they come over and explain to you, when obviously we are aware of the challenges, that the armed forces and the security organizations are facing. Shortage of manpower, shortage of funding, shortage of equipment. You understand, to actually execute the war against whatever security threats we are facing in the country today. So for me, the National Assembly, this attitude or this idea of always summoning, it amounts to us just hearing this song day in, day out, yet nothing is changing significantly as far as the tackling the security challenge is concerned. Now, on the one hand, we're now creating another rift, because I recall the IG yesterday came up with a response to the summons. In his own statement, he said he owes the National Assembly
no apology.
Any other Nigerian, no apology. And I'm like, when he says anybody, I get scared. You know why?
Why?
Because anybody might include the president as well. My skin, I kind of jumped when he said they don't owe the National Assembly, anybody, an explanation. That's a very, very harsh statement to make. Because if you want to analyze it, it amounts to some kind of insult on the president who appointed him as well. Not talking of Nigerians upon whose power, whose authority the president took that decision. But it all boils down to the manner the National Assembly is going about it. Now, he came up with his excuses. I thought he should just end there, that, see, I was engaged with national official duty, or that duties that actually warranted my not being available. He quoted copiously some sections of the Constitution that actually allows him or gives him the power to delegate any of his officers from the rank of DIG or AIG to go represent him on such matters. I thought the National Assembly should have acceded and wait, take their time. When they discover that his itinerary is a little bit low, then they invite him. Again. Because as it is now, we are rather moving away from the issue and pursuing the shadow. They came out yesterday to say, no, it wasn't after all, because they wanted him to come and explain their attitude and handling of Dino Melaye. But you had already created that impression. You sent the wrong signal. I think it's better all the parties should return to the status quo. National Assembly will have so many national issues begging for attention. We just finished discussing health issue here. Perhaps, like I did say in my introductory I said, they have the options. Options are open to them, but you and I, we do not have any choice. So once one door is shut against us, we're done. So that's why, instead of them focusing attention on other critical national matters, which I think are begging for urgent attention, why continue hounding the IG? If he's refused to show up, go out and make a presentation to the Commander-in-Chief. Tell him we don't need this man any longer in office. And in case you continue keeping him in office, we're going to bar taking any of the executive bills or any issue concerning the executive. And let's see what happens. But as it is now, Nigerians are just divided. We're neither here nor there.
Interesting. Okay, let's listen to you.
I think one of our major problems, especially with the leaders, is this power tussle thing. Everybody wants to prove how powerful he or she is, or who the position is. You know, a lot of times you hear members of the National Assembly saying, this person must come. And then this person will say, I cannot come because I have this right. And then by the end of the day, they are fighting. And then the main issues are left unattended to. I think the security challenges that we have in our hands as a nation is enormous. It's not what members of the National Assembly and then the IG will be flexing muscles about who is stronger and who has the power to do this and who does not have the power to do that. I think we have gone past that. Like Ian said, if the IG is busy, of course, and he cannot come, let him tell us when he can come. But of course, this is the same IG whom the other time the president went to Makurdi and was told that, look, you gave a directive that the IG should, move to Benue State because of because of what happened at that time. And he never did. And the people said, look, the IG didn't even spend a night in Makurdi or in Benue State. And then what happened? Nothing happened afterwards. And we didn't even hear any strong statement coming from the president concerning that. So, members, there's so much of impunity going around where political office holders do things and they know that nothing will happen to them. So I just think that we should move on. The security problems that we have is much. We shouldn't be flexing muscles. We should get to the table and see how we can bring ourselves out of these whole problems.
Hopefully that will happen soon. Many thanks for being here, Oikeke and Iene. And to our listener, many apologies that we are unable to reach out to you or for you to really get to be on the program today, but hopefully it will get better. In the next hour, it will be time for Pro Bono Chambers. Do stay with us on Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM. My name is Ruth Usman.
It's about that time. This is Human Rights Radio 101.